Summon Ninja Steel Megazord! Whoa guys, take it easy. Let's activate Ninja Steel Megazord Dragon Mode. Hey guys, Roberto here, and today I'm reviewing the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord. Now guys, the Ninja Steel Megazord is the main Megazord for the Power Rangers Ninja Steel, and I'm really happy about this Megazord for one reason, and that is because it's finally a 5-piece combination again. If you guys remember the Dino Charge Megazord, which I'm going to grab right now, it's made of 3 Zords instead of 5, and that really bothered me throughout the entire Dino Charge storyline, that you can only make like a 3-piece combination for the Dino Charge Megazord. You can never get the para, I mean you can put the para up here, but no Raptor Zord anywhere, so it was just really annoying. And I don't know, I was just like, I was raised with the 5-piece combination Zords, so yeah, I'm not really a huge fan of the whole 3-piece, which is kind of cool I guess, but it just, I'm more used to the complete team type. So with the Ninja Steel Megazord, we finally get a 5-piece combination again, and that's really great. Now if you guys don't know, I got the Ninja Steel Megazord at Toys R Us for $34.99, but with a special deal that they had, it was $27.99 I think, with like a 20% off deal that they had for all Ninja Steel toys. So it was really cool. Now Ninja Steel Megazord is very strange in terms of like just the looks. The Ninja Steel Megazord is comprised of 5 swords, but each of them have like different themes. For example, with the Red Ranger Zord, with the Red Bot Zord, which is the current name that they have it on, it's like a humanoid ninja type looking thing. But then you go to the Blue Ranger Zord and it's a dragon. And then the Yellow Ranger Zord is like a dump truck, and then like the Pink Ranger Zord is a train, and then the White Rangers is like a bear, a Kodiak or something like that. This is a dog, obviously, but they call it a Kodiak or something like that. So it's really strange themes, and the reason why they have different looking Zords is because it's like a callback to all the different Zords in the past and nods and stuff. For example, with the Red Ranger Zord, if you guys remember in Power Rangers Mystic Force, the Ranger Zords were like humanoid versions of their suits and all that. So like basically like they would grow like that, and it would be like humanoid Zords and all that. The Blue Ranger Zord is obviously like a callback to like Samurai or Shinkenger with the Blue Ranger who had like a dragon themed Zord or whatever. The Yellow Ranger Zord is a callback to Operation Overdrive with Brokanger, which is the Red Ranger Zord with a dump truck too, so dump truck number 2 I guess. Pink Ranger Zord is obviously a nod to Tokuger, and while we never got Tokuger over here in America, we skipped that season for Ninja Steel. With Tokuger, it were trains, and here I have a Tokuger Zord, and it's the Pink Rangers. And they're obviously both the same looking, they're both trains and stuff, and they're pink. So yeah, so it's obviously a callback to that. And then the White Rangers, I could probably say it's like, it's just an animal themed. So it's a Kodiak, it's a wolf or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, so that was the themes of each Ninja Steel Zords. Another fact about this thing is that in the past, with Power Ranger Megazords or Zords, you usually get like a gimmick of the toy line. For example, if it was Ranger Keys, Ranger Key would come with the Megazord or Zord. If it was a Dino Charger, it would come with like the Zord or Megazord. But this year, it's kind of strange. If you guys remember, if you guys have seen Ninja, if you guys have had Shurikenjin or you've seen him in the show, his transformation involved one of the gimmicks or one of the power stars or Shurikens or whatever you want to call them, would actually stick on top of the head of Shurikenjin, and it would like flip out, and that's what you do with the Ninja Steel Megazord, right? Well, this is supposed to be a power star, but for some weird reason, they didn't turn it into like a gimmick. Instead, it's just a piece. And if you guys compare it to a regular power star, the Power Rangers Ninja Steel toy line, here's the Red Rangers power star. This one is a little bit bigger. So you would think, hey, if it looks like a power star, you would connect it to the Battle Morph or whatever, and it would make sound, right? Well, you can't really connect it in there. You can't really twist it around. You can't really do anything with it because it's not a power star. So it kind of sucks it didn't do that. I wish it would at least like release like one of the Red Rangers Zord power star, because there actually is one. but they didn't do that, so that's kind of weird that they didn't really put a gimmick on with this thing. So yeah, so this isn't a Power Star. But anyways guys, enough rambling, let's take a look at the packaging itself. So guys, here's the packaging for the Ninja Steel Megazord, and it is the usual Megazord packaging that you want to call it. Top here it says Power Rangers Ninja Steel, it says Power Rangers Ninja Steel logo. It says battle gear included. I don't really understand what battle gear you mean. Maybe they probably think that this is a battle gear, the Power Star. It also says there's like a bonus figure, and apparently the Red Bot Zord or the Red Ranger Zord is counted as a bonus figure or an action figure. It's really strange. On the top it says that it's Zord Builder compatible, so yeah, it's really interesting. And then it says there's 5 Zords in total, so there's the Dragon Zord, the Red Bot Zord, the Dump Truck Zord, the Train Zord, and the Kodiak Zord. And then at the bottom there's a picture of the Red Ninja Steel Ranger throwing a shuriken, which is the elemental one. Then down here it says Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord, I think that I said earlier, bonus figure, the Bandai logo, and then the ages 4 and up, the warning and advertisement and all that stuff. On the side is whatever. On the side is a really cool picture of the Ninja Steel Megazord from the show, and you guys can kind of notice that we lost some paint when it comes to the toy version, but whatever. Power Rangers Ninja Steel logo. The background is like a bunch of Power Stars or Shurikens or whatever. On the other side is the same thing. Sadly, this year we don't really have like an app for the gimmick of the year. Usually in the past, if like when we got gimmicks, we would actually get like an app on the App Store or whatever. And if you downloaded it, you would like scan it and you would get like really cool stuff. But sadly, I didn't do that this year. On the top is the Power Rangers Ninja Steel logo and like a screen, so you can see like the bottom, the top of the Megazord. Yeah, the bottom is some stupid important stuff or whatever. And then if you guys notice that little cardboard Red Ranger figure right there that's inside, it actually says all new or something like that. And apparently, I don't really know what the all new stands for, but if you have like a Power Rangers Ninja Steel 5-inch figure, you guys can actually put this inside the Megazord, the Ninja Steel Megazord. And if you guys don't understand what I'm saying, look at the picture of the Megazord that's here, the Ninja Steel Megazord. You guys can kind of see the Red Bot Zord is sort of like sitting in the middle of the Ninja Steel Megazord. You can actually take him out and put whichever 5-inch figure you got. So it's a really cool thing that they did with this year's Power Rangers Ninja Steel toy line. Apparently that's also a gimmick where like you buy the different action figures, you can put them in the Megazord. So that's really cool. I'll show you guys a better picture of that in the back. Now in the back is some other cool stuff. A picture of the Ninja Steel Megazord in its toy form and how it looks. You can command your Megazord in any 5-inch figure. Like I was just telling you guys, you can put them inside of the Megazord and they can look like it's commanding it and stuff. On the right side is just pictures of the Zords that it comes with, like I showed you guys earlier. Then the bottom is some other stuff in the Power Rangers Ninja Steel toy line, which is Zord and Megazord. You can get battle bikes, like a helicopter thing for the Blue Ranger, and they can turn into shurikens or whatever. And yeah, so all new, more coming soon or whatever. This is what it says. So it's all Zord Builder compatible. So if you guys have the Dino Charge Megazord or the Super Mega Force Megazord or the Samurai Megazord, you can combine all these different things with them and make some crazy combinations. And yeah guys, so that was the packaging, and it's really basic because, you know, like the toy line literally just started, so you can't really expect a lot, but yeah, so that was the packaging. And now guys, here we're going to take a closer look now at all the 5 Zords of the packaging. So yeah, here they all are. So we're going to be taking a look at them by order, so Red Ranger, Blue Ranger, Yellow Ranger, White Ranger, and Pink Ranger, and the special Power Star that it comes with, even though we just took a look at it first. But here is the Red Bot Zord. Now, apparently we don't have any names for all these Zords yet, so I'm just going by like the names that are online. Kodiak Zord was revealed because one of the Power Star sets actually came with the White Ranger's Megazord or Mecha Power Star, so they put in the Morpher and it said Kodiak Zord. But all the other names haven't been revealed yet. Red Bot was actually revealed because of one of the actors' names was like credited and all that stuff, and like apparently it said played Red Bot in Power Rangers Ninja Steel. So that's how we know his name, and hopefully that's his name. I think he actually talks in the show, so you don't know. But here's the Red Bot Zord, and his Japanese name is actually Shinobi Maru, and Shinobi Maru means a shinobi, and it's like a Maru or whatever. I don't really know how to translate it, but that's his name. But he's a humanoid version of a ninja, a humanoid like ninja mecha looking thing or Zord. And here's his face. They're actually gonna release like a more articulated version of this guy because he actually does a lot of poses in the show. He can actually run around and he can jump and stuff. So he's actually one of the most articulated Zords out there. So here's his arms. and he looks really, really. And the reason why he's so like non-articulated in this set is because he actually turns into an arm, and if he was articulated, he wouldn't really be able to do that. So yeah. But here's his chest, here's his arms, here are his legs, and here's the back, and yeah. So that was the Red Bot Zord. Next up is the Dragon Zord, and we've already had a lot of Dragon Zords in the Power Rangers toy lines in the past with Samurai, and there was MMPR with the Green Rangers Dragon Zord. So, but here's another Dragon Zord, and this time he's blue, just like the Samurai one. So yeah, he has wings, he has a tail, he actually turns into an arm too, and he can actually command. He's actually a very important part of the second version of this Megazord. There's actually 2 modes for this thing, so let me take a look at that. And you can't really open his mouth, but he has wings. You know, the wings are really cool. Here are his arms, his legs, and his back shows the fist that he becomes because he becomes an arm too. So yeah. Next up is a Dump Truck Zord, or the Yellow Ranger Zord, and it has wheels. You can run around. You can actually put the Red Ranger's Red Bot Zord in there too to make it look like he's riding him or whatever. So yeah. So let's take him out. Let's take a closer look at this guy. He's actually the main body piece. So yeah. Very yellowy. That's something that I noticed. And you can pull this part down here. So this is actually, we'll be taking a closer look at it when he becomes into a Megazord. So yeah. Next up is the Kodiak Zord, the White Ranger Zord, and it's the smallest one, and it's literally a wolf or a dog or whatever you want to call it. And the Kodiak Zord doesn't do a lot. He can literally move his head and that's it. So yeah. And he's holding like some sort of ninja weapon in his mouth. Really cute Zord though. And then finally it's the Pink Ranger Zord, the Train Zord, and the Train Zord is actually combines with the Kodiak Zord, and you can put the Kodiak Zord in there also to make it look like it's riding the Train Zord too. So there's a lot of writing in this Ninja Steel thing. That sounds very wrong. But yeah, and the Train Zord is actually the White Rangers, it's actually part of the White Rangers too, because you guys can see like the white painting, and then there's pink over here. So yeah, the Train Zord is very long, and it becomes the legs. And finally, we're going to take a look at the Power Star that it comes with, even though it's not really a Power Star, it's a battle gear. You can actually, I don't really know what to call this, but it's battle gear, apparently that's what it's called. And you can open to reveal the helmet and stuff, or the head of the Ninja Steel Megazord. You can swing it around like a shuriken or a Power Star. And yeah guys, so those are the Zords and the Power Star that it comes with. Now guys, to combine all these and make the Ninja Steel Megazord, it's fairly easy. You take a look at it once and you can actually learn it by the time. I'm actually, at least with me, you know, in the past I've just taken a look at a review of somebody else's review of the Power Rangers Megazord or Zords, or I just looked at the instructions, and you learn it like quick as hell. So yeah, but the first thing you want to do is put all these aside and get the Train Zord. And you're going to disconnect the Train Zord actually, because the Train Zord, the way you connect them, oh wait, shoot. Alright, the way you connect them is this lever right here is actually sticking out, but if you want to make it into the train mode, you pull it out and you connect it to the other one, and that's how you make the train mode. But this time you're going to be taking it out, you're going to hide it, and then you're going to get the feet down here and pull them up. Get to see the same thing over here. And you already have the legs for the Ninja Steel Megazord. The next thing you're going to do is get the Kodiak Zord and make him look all the way up. So, all the way up. So you're going to put him on the white part of the train, and he's going to obviously stick in there. So yeah, that's how he goes. And then you finally have both the legs and stuff. Next up you get the Dump Truck Zord, and you disconnect this piece right here, and you put this aside. And then you're basically going to put it like this, and you're going to pull this part right here down. And then you're going to get the 2 pieces of the train, and you're going to connect them to this part right here of the Dump Truck Zord, or the bottom part. And now the Ninja Steel Megazord stands, so there we have him standing. Next up you get the piece that you put aside from the Dump Truck Zord, and you close basically the wheels, and you put them inside there. And then there should obviously be a piece somewhere here. Okay, so this is here it is, and then you're going to get this part right here connected to this part, so you're getting the right arm already. Next up, you're getting the Blue Ranger Zord, and you're going to disconnect the wings and the tail. And there should be a hole back here, and you connect that part to here. So you already have both arms for the Ninja Steel Megazord. And yeah, and you're going to get the wings of the Dragon Zord, and you're going to connect them to this side right here of the arm. Oh, and the thing just disconnected. I'm sorry about that, guys. Technical difficulties. So let's put that back in there. Alright guys, and you're gonna get this, the Dragon Zord's tail, and you're gonna make that the Zord, not Zord, the sword of the Ninja Steel Megazord. So he already has his weapons. And next up you get the Red Bot Sword. You're gonna put him in like a sitting position. You're gonna connect them in there. There's obviously, you connect them in there to your click. And that was a click. And the Red Bot Sword basically commands the Ninja Steel Megazord around with like control and levers and stuff. So you're gonna have the Red Bot Sword basically sitting on the main piece of the Ninja Steel Megazord. And finally you get the Power Star, which is right here, and you're gonna connect it right here to like this, the front part of the top. Oops, wait, hold up guys. Alright, so you actually pull out the head and then you do that. So I forgot the Red Bot Sword to kind of block it. And here we have the Ninja Steel Megazord, and let me get back a little so you guys can see him. And yeah, so here he is guys, and he looks really cool. He actually looks really awesome. He's actually one of my most favorite Megazords so far in the Power Rangers toy line or show. And yeah, he looks really cool. He's gonna fall back, oops. And then here's the back guys. So the back is not, there's not that much paint, but he looks a lot better right here. And the Ninja Steel Megazord is actually very articulated thanks to the legs of the train Zord. If you guys didn't notice that, you can actually move the legs like this. You can make him do some really cool poses or something like that. If you guys want to, of course, you guys gotta be careful that he doesn't fall. But no Megazord, at least as I know, no Megazord in the Power Rangers toy line can do that. You definitely can't do that with the Dino Charge Megazord. You can't really, you stick out his legs like that, you can't really do any of that. So the Ninja Steel Megazord is actually very articulated. That's actually a first for the Power Rangers toy line. And when Shuriken was released, or the Ninja Steel Megazord's Japanese version, in the Japanese toy line, he was also very articulated for the first time, at least as I know of. So yeah, you can make him go like this. You can make him look like he's running around and stuff like this. Hopefully, you have to hold him though, because he will fall. So yeah, and now if you guys want to see how he looks next to the Dino Charge Megazord, let me pull him up real quick. I'm actually going to show you guys how he looks next to some of the other Zords or Megazords or Mechas in the Japanese toy line. For example, here is Juo King, the Juoger's Mecha, and here is Tokyo O. So Tokyo, as of right now, Tokyo is the tallest out of all of these. You guys remember this is like a mix of the American mechas and the Japanese mechs. So these two are Japanese and those in the back are American. So Juo King is the smallest. He looks really small. But then if you compare Ninja Steel Megazord next to Tokyo O is bigger and he looks a lot more Japanesey with the paint and all that he has. So yeah, it looks really cool. So if we ever do get a Zyuohger adaptation, which I'm pretty sure that they're gonna skip that season for Q Ranger, but if we do get the Zyuohgers over here in America, I got the Zyuohger Mecha early, or the Megazord or whatever. Now guys, earlier I said that the Ninja Steel Megazord is really cool because it actually has this gimmick where you can actually put the 5-inch action figures in the middle of him, or they can actually command them. And I actually brought in some action figures from the Power Rangers toy line and other toy lines like the Ghost action figures or Dino Charge or whatever. I brought a villain to show you guys how really cool this is. So the first thing you want to do to make the figures, just connect them there, you're going to take off the Power Star on the top. You're gonna take out the Red Bot Sword too, because that's where the other figures will be sitting at, and he doesn't want to come out. Okay, I took him out. So let's get the Ninja Steel Red Ranger figure first, since he's the main character of the toy line. So you're gonna just put him in there. If you guys want to make him look like he's actually sitting, you're gonna, if you want, you can just have the legs sticking out. These levers right here will basically hold the figure from falling, so that way, like. And yeah guys, so here is the Red Ranger awkwardly sitting in the Ninja Steel Megazord. And this isn't going to be in the show. There's no way they're going to do this in the show unless some miracle happens. But let me get a closer look at this. So here he is commanding. And if you want to make it look more authentic, you can actually get the Ninja Steel Megazord's Power Star head and stick it in there. So the Red Ranger is basically commanding the Ninja Steel Megazord and you guys don't even know it. And yeah, you can also do it with the female figures too. So let's take her out. Let's take him out actually. And thanks to thing now they removed like the skirt issue where the skirt you can actually it's slit, so you can actually have the figures like literally sit down with the females. You can also make the females command the Megazord. Of course, the female's hands are a little bit smaller, so like they won't hold on to the levers as much, but you can still do it. And the females actually look more comfortable in there. The Red Ranger looked really uncomfortable. He was like sticking out, but the female figures actually look better. So here's the White Ranger commanding the Megazord, and the White Ranger's falling now. If you guys have any other 5-inch figures from the other toy line, you can actually do that too. And if you guys have Sledge from Dino Charge, or actually Sledge is a little bit more bulkier, so Sledge isn't gonna really fit in there. They have to be at least like a little bit thin, not too thin, but yeah. Sledge is bulky, so you can't really fit in there, but yeah, I brought him out to show you guys that he doesn't fit in there, but you can fit other figures. And finally, let's try Ghost, Kamen Rider Ghost. Of course, I don't think his sweater, the thing that he wears, is gonna allow him to stick in there. So you're gonna have to take out the sweater though. So let me take off Ghost's sweater thingy or whatever you want to call it. This is really hard. All right. So you're gonna pull out his arms. This pull out. All right, and let's see if he can fit in there. So yeah, he does fit in there. Of course, he does look a little bit more uncomfortable in there because he's a little bit bigger than the usual 5-inch figure, but he does fit in there very well. So you can also have Kamen Riders actually join in on the fun. Of course, Ninja Steel Megazord's Power Star head won't really fit in there comfortably because Ghost's head is sticking out, but you can have him command the Ninja Steel Megazord, and yeah. Now guys, I also mentioned earlier that there is actually a second mode to this Megazord. There's actually 2 modes. So the second mode is called, in the Japanese version, it was called Shurikenjin Drago, and it basically meant the Ninja Steel Megazord's Dragon mode. So you can call it that, the Ninja Steel Megazord Dragon mode or whatever. But Dragon mode is basically the Blue Ranger Zord he's basically commanding the Ninja Steel Megazord instead of the Red Bot Zord. So let's do that. So it's really easy to do that mode. So you just take out the arm. Not the arm, the saber or the tail of the dragon. You can also take out the wings. You take out the Blue Ranger Zord as being an arm. Take out the Red Bot Zord and his Power Star head. So take out Red Bot Zord. And now you're gonna get the Red Bot Zord and you're gonna turn him into an arm. So it's really easy, and you just move his legs back and there he is. Now you guys gotta be careful because it is very difficult to connect the Red Bot Zord, so don't put too much pressure. So now the Red Bot Zord is an arm and all that, Danny Doo and stuff. Next, you're gonna get the Dragon Zord, and you're gonna just basically disconnect him as an arm, and he's gonna be like all loose and stuff. You're gonna connect him back here. So now he's sitting, he's commanding the Ninja Steel Megazord himself. You're gonna spread out the arms, and you're gonna basically put him in like some sort of position like this. All right, so let me see. I'm trying to like a good position where, okay, so let's just put him like this for now. So yeah, this is a good way. And then you're gonna get the tail back here of the Dragon Zord, and you're gonna connect it back here to the Ninja Steel Megazord. You're gonna get the wings, and you're gonna connect them to the back of the dump truck Zord, and there's like a hole in there, and you connect it to the hole. And here is the Ninja Steel Megazord's Dragon mode. Now, it's going to look very different when it appears in the show, and the reason why is because with Ninja and Shurikenjin, the toy version, it came with 2 Power Stars or Shurikens, and this is the red one for the main Megazord mode, and there was a blue one for the Dragon mode. And the blue one had like instead of like the face popping out, it was like a dragon head. And then like it was like dragon mouth or whatever. It was really strange. You connect it up in here to make it look like a dragon, but now you don't really have the blue version since it never really came with the blue version. So it kind of looks kind of off, but it looks okay. It's obviously representing a dragon. I can kind of notice the dragon theme with like the wings and the tail in the back and all that. But then the front, it's really missing that dragon head that the Shurikenjin came with. It's all right. They don't really advertise this on the packaging or like anywhere. They actually show it to you the instructions, but not the packaging. Like I would expect the packaging to put like 2 Megazord modes or whatever. But you only figure it out by reading the instructions, or you just watch other people's reviews, or if you're a longtime fan like I am, and you watch Ninja, you're like, obviously there's like another mode for this thing because you know they're gonna show it in the show. Apparently, hopefully they do. In Ninja Steel they show the Dragon mode. So yeah, there's two modes, and it's really cool looking. And so guys, I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on this toy, but before we get to that, I'm going to bring back the explanation of why the toys sometimes look crappy. I've been going on Twitter a lot lately, and when the Ninja Steel Megazord first came out and a lot of people started reviewing, a lot of people would call them cheap, and they've been, especially since the Ninja Steel toy line actually looks very cheap all of a sudden, and I'm used to this already because I've been collecting Power Rangers toys for almost 4 years now, and I remember when the Super Mega Force stuff came out, when the Dino Charge stuff came out, I remember a lot of people saying on Ranger Board or on Twitter or whatever that the toys looked very cheap. Now you guys have to remember, I gave a really long explanation about this back in my Samurai Megazord review that I released earlier this year, but Japan and the United States have very different economies. In Japan, a parent can probably go to a store and buy their child an $80 mecha that has paint and that has sounds and can do a bunch of crazy stuff. But over here in the United States, we have a very different economy, and I'm pretty sure no parent, mine, not even mine, would go to a store and get me an $80 Megazord that has like all these different things, because in the end of the day it's just a toy. Especially for me, if you guys have noticed, I don't really get the Legacy Power Ranger stuff because I just don't have a stable job or stable money to be able to getting that type of stuff. If I didn't collect the main Power Ranger current toy line stuff and I just focused on Legacy line, I would probably be getting everything from MMPR, everything that's been released so far, but at the moment I just don't have enough money, or this economy just isn't well enough for me to be getting all that type of toys. I struggle already with just getting the Sentai stuff. I got lucky this year because I turned 15 and I just started getting like these different jobs every now and then. I'd be able to save up money and I'd get myself some of the Japanese stuff. But I didn't get everything that I wanted to. I wanted to get the deluxe whale gun from Zords. I didn't get that because it was like $80 for this thing that you put in your arm and it makes like 3 sounds, and it wasn't worth it. There's stuff in the Legacy line that I really want to get, like the MMPR helmet, the Morpher, all these different things, but they're just so expensive, and it's just, if you compare it to the Ninja Steel stuff, this is stuff that you can get like, hey, like every other week I can get like a new Ninja Steel toy because they're cheaper. The figures are $9.99, they're not $20. The Megazords aren't $80, they're like $80, they're like more like $34.99. And while $34.99 is a little bit too much for like a Megazord of this type of quality, I'd probably say it's raised down to a little bit, like at least $27.99 or $29.99 will be a much better price. But I'm used to it now. It's $34.99. I think it's probably like the most expensive thing that the Power Rangers toy line usually has. And if you guys don't understand, I actually lived in a country where the toys that I played with were literally Chinese bootlegs. And I remember the robots weren't even of this quality. To me, this is good quality right here. But if you're a collector and you expect high quality stuff, then don't get the main Power Rangers current toy line stuff, because it's not for you. This is for kids that just want to play with toys, that love the show, and they don't really care. Hey, they're like, I'm pretty sure there are kids out there that go, hey, why is the paint missing? Or hey, this looks a little bit different from the show. But there are other kids out there that just want a toy to play with. It doesn't matter how it looks, as long as it's represent a little bit of Ninja Steel Megazord and it looks like him and it has stuff that had in the show. I'm pretty sure most kids are gonna be fine with that. And if it bothers you that it's missing paint or it doesn't have sound or anything, get the Japanese version. Get Shurikenjin. He's actually $55 right now on Amazon, and it's a really good price for the quality that he is. So yeah. But anyways, this toy, I really like it. As for me, I enjoy it. I love it, even though it's missing paint and all, and it sounds. I like it. I'm used to it. In the past, we've already lost sound for the Dino Charge Megazord. We lost sound for all these different toys that the Japanese version has. So I'm already used to all these changes that they usually do. But if you just want something simple and you're not looking for too much stuff, then yeah, this Megazord is definitely for you. And so guys, that was my review of the Power Rangers Ninja Steel Deluxe Ninja Steel Megazord. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and this is Roberto from Ranger Mania, signing out.